This is my off-grid cabin in the woods, and it's time for a little overnighter. Let's do it. I've always loved cabins. In fact, I grew up going to my family's cabin up north in Minnesota, but I've always had this dream of building one of my very own. This project was really tough for me. I'd never built anything before in my life and decided to start building in November when the snow was knocking on our door here in Minnesota. But I was able to build this A-frame right here in 14 days. It's completely off-grid, but it has everything that I need to be able to enjoy a night or two out here in the beautiful woodland. Now I'm gonna show you this cabin inside and out, but first, let's go back to the beginning of the story and make our way through the woods to our little slice of paradise. There she is. Isn't she a beauty? I just love this cabin so much. It's got everything I need. Wood stove, there's a bed inside, a couch. It's absolutely perfect. So the first job whenever I come to the cabin in the wintertime is to start the fire and get some heat pumping in this place. It looks like we have just a little bit of kindling left over. Enough to start this fire, but today we're gonna have to prepare some more kindling, that's for sure. Now that the kindling has caught, we gotta put some pieces of real wood on there. Little ones like this are really good to start heating up the place because they burn pretty intensely. Oh yeah, that's looking good. And it's starting to pump out some heat. We're gonna have this place warm in no time. All right guys, now that the fire is going in there and the cabin's starting to heat up, I want to show you around briefly before it starts to get dark out here. The cabin is built kind of on this point where this creek makes its way down this canyon right back here. So you can see right now, even though it's really cold, we still have a little bit of running water here in the creek. That's pretty incredible. Check out this tree right here. I don't know how old it is, but I have to imagine it's definitely over a century. It is so massive. I mean, even half of it, I can't get my arms around it. She loves it out here.
I'm gonna head over to your parents and meet you at the cabin. So, see you soon. I'll probably be there in like 10 minutes.
Sounds like Riley's gonna meet us at the cabin. That's awesome. All right, we'll get in there and make sure it's warm for her, huh? So this cabin is completely off-grid, meaning there's no electricity being run to this building. When I started with it, I was just using candles for all of the light, but it's just not quite enough to do some of the things that you need to do, like cooking or even reading sometimes or journaling. So I installed some lights that I plug into a portable power bank down here, and you shall see how much of a difference that makes. Watch this. Click that and boom. It's nice to know you've got some good solid lighting if you really need it. Hey, hey, hey.
Hi. Wow, the new lights.
Yeah, that's right. You haven't seen the lights yet.
This is seriously my favorite part of the cabin.
The wood stove.
Wood stove.
Yeah. All right, so now that Riley's here, we can do a little bit of a cabin tour. First and foremost, we have the bed. This thing right here is the size of a twin XL. It fits one person really well. It fits two, okay. It's cozy, but you can do it.
Yeah, I got a good night's sleep. And
She doesn't sound too convincing there.
I love too when you first wake up in the morning, you get to look right out this window. Look how beautiful this is.
We've got the couch, which I built myself. That's right, I built this couch out of wood. You can sit down here, be right in front of the fire. Next, we've got the kitchenette here. I use it all the time to make coffee, and tonight we're gonna make our dinner right there on this thing. I put some hooks in here for coffee cups, a hook here which has our cooking supplies, and I love this towel rack that I built that has our cabin suite cabin towel on it. And then we've got the shelf up here, which is a big shelf. It has a bunch of stuff, everything from snacks, coffee, a nice little collection of whiskey. So that's that, you guys. It's a pretty awesome space.
All right, guys, I am saying sayonara, and I'm sad I have to leave, but I have work early in the morning.
I'm bummed that she has to leave, but it's pretty cool that she can just pop into this cabin in the middle of the woods and then just simply go home for the night.
How much you want to bet he's not really bummed?
Hey. All right, I am a man who enjoys his solitude. I'll give you that. Love you.
Later.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
All right, guys, it is time to make some dinner. We're gonna do it right here at our kitchenette. I've brought some fixings for a little bit of an egg scramble. We got the ham right here, olive oil, a couple eggs, a little bit of onion, and sweet potato. You gotta utilize all the space you have, so I use the bed to prep my food. Now that we got the sweet potato cut up, I'm gonna put that in our pan, add a little oil, and let that start to cook while we cut up our onions. Now that we got our onions diced, we're gonna add that to the pan. Now that cooks through a little bit better, we're gonna cut up some of this ham. Listen to that sizzle. Lastly, we just crack our eggs in there. And just like that, we got our egg scramble. All right, guys, moment of truth. Let's see how this is. So good. Oh, ham on a cold day like today with that egg in there, sweet potatoes, onions. It's just so good, and it's really hitting the spot. There are a few things I love more than a really bomb meal in a beautiful cabin. Guys, check this out. You can hear the owl hooting away out here. Do you hear that? There he is again. We've got a couple of different owls on our land here. You'll see them flying overhead every now and then, and sometimes perched up in the trees. So cool to hear them. They're such magnificent creatures, honestly. We are completely out of kindling. So before we really kick back and relax for the evening, we're gonna go outside, chop up a little bit of kindling, bring it inside and stock the box. Preparing kindling is pretty easy, but you gotta be careful because you're using a sharp hatchet. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a smaller piece of wood. This is a soft wood, so it's pretty easy to cut into. And we're gonna put it on top of another piece of wood just like that. And we're gonna strike the edges of it, trying to splinter off the wood to create little pieces that will be easier to make fires with in the future. So let's give it a try. See that? Cut off that nice little piece, that's perfect. Throw that into our log carrier. And sometimes you can even take the piece you cut, split it again to give yourself a nice smaller piece of kindling. Just like that, you guys, we're gonna end the video. What a special place this is. I just feel so blessed to have this little slice of paradise. It was so fun to be able to hike around the woods with you guys, show you around the little cabin, make an amazing meal, and then just hang out and soak in the peace and tranquility of a cabin in the woods. That's gonna do it for Wandering with White Duck. I'm your host, Jack Stewart, and we'll see you guys next time.